What up, people? It's your one and only. It's your boy, Mr. Noland. Alright, guys. I just got done creating a video of writing equations from tables. Now, this next video is writing equations from graphs. So, in this lesson, we will look at interpreting data in graphs and generating equations. The trick is to make a table from the graph. So pretty much we're taking a graph and we're going to create a table, and then guess what? You're going to create the equation from the table just like we did in the last video. Yay! So we're just adding one extra step. That's it. Okay, so notice my table here. We have an x value of 4. We don't know what the y is. So starting at the origin, whoa. Hold on, I got to stop there. We need to label our axes. The horizontal, left to right, is known as my x-axis. The vertical, up and down, is your y-axis. Alright, so this first one says my x value is 4. So I go to where my x value is 4. Now go up. Here's my y value. Where's my y value? It's at about 7. So when x is 4, y is 7. The next one says when x is 5. So here's 5. It's between 4 and 6. And go up. Oh, it's right here at 8. X value is 6. So go on the x-axis to where my x is 6. And now go up on my y-axis. So when x is 6, my y is 9. Follow the pattern. 7, 8, 9. This would probably be 10. And then 11. Alright? So, write an equation to describe the relationship between the amount earned. How did I get that? Well, it's right here. It's my title. Amount earned. And it's going to be compared to the total amount earned, which is your y value. Well, just like on the previous video, writing an equation from a table, we now have a table, don't we? Let's see if we can figure out what our scale factor is. Well, let's see. To go from 4 to 7. Well, you can't really multiply by anything, can you? It's not a good number. What about, can't you add 3? Can't you take your x value and add 3 to it? Oh, well, yeah, you can, because 4 plus 3 is 7. 5 plus 3, oh, that's 8. So far it's working. 6 plus 3 is 9. 7 plus 3 gives me my 10. And then 8 plus 3 is giving me my 11. So this works out. So my equation is I'm taking my x value, or my input, and I'm adding 3 to it to get my output, or my y value. So since my equation is adding, is it additive or multiplicative? Well, it is additive. Now it says, what would be the total amount earned if the amount earned was $4.50? So amount earned. If my amount earned was $4.50, how much would be the total amount earned? How much would this be? Well, again, take your x value and add 3 to it. So what's 450 plus 3? It would be 453. Done. Done. All right. Next one, a little bit different. Example 2 says, interpret the graph to make a table. My x value is 0, so here we are. Notice how it's labeled, x and y. So when my x value is 0, what is my y value? Well, that's also 0. When your x value is at a half, some of you are saying, well, that's 1. No, it's not. Look at your scale factor on your table, on your graph here. You're skipping a line, then you got a hole. Skip a line, you got a hole. So doesn't that mean it's going by halves every single time? Yes, it does. So go over to a half, and then go up. Where is that on my y-axis? That would be at 2. Go over to 1 and go up. Oh, that's at 4. Go over to 1.5 on the x-axis and then go up. Well, that would be at 6. So if my pattern continued, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now it says write an equation to describe the relationship between inches and feet. Alright, let's see if we can do our equation. Ooh, this is a tough one. Some of you are going to say, well, to get from 0 to 0, isn't that just plus 0? Well, check it out. What is 1/2 plus 0? Well, that's a half. That's not what I'm looking for, is it? No, that doesn't work. Then some of you are going to say, well, that's times 0. Well, 0 times 0 is 0. Isn't a half times 0, 0? So neither of those work, do they? So this is a little bit trickier. Okay? I'm going to go to a nicer number on my table. What about 2? How would you go from 2 to 8? Some of you are going to say, well, that's plus 6. So 1.5 plus 6 is 6? I don't think so. 1 plus 6 gives me 4? No, that doesn't work. How about to go from 2 to 8? Isn't that multiplying by 4? 2 times 4? Yeah. 1.5 times 4, does that give you 6? I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Nolan. Well, check this out. What about 1 times 4? Does that give you 4? Well, yes, it does. What about 1/2 times 4? Think of it like this. What is half of 4? Well, that's 2. Oh, well, that works. What about 0 times 4? Well, isn't that just 0? Yeah, so look at this. Your scale factor is going to be the same all the way down. It's going to be your x value times 4. There's your equation. Now, guys, you will have some tough problems from graphs just like this. Okay? You will have a couple of these on the test that are somewhat tough, but I think if you get the hang of figuring out what your scale factor is, either adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, this test really isn't that hard. So going back to this problem, since I'm multiplying, is it additive or multiplicative? Oh, it's multiplicative. Now it says how many feet would be represented by 15 inches? So here's my inches. I put 15 here because it tells me to right there. Do your scale factor. What's 15 times 4? Well, that would be 60. So the answer would be 60 feet. All right. Now it says, on your own. Again, I want you to try it on your own. Then you have 4 more on the back. Try it on your own. Oh. I got to do one more, though, for you guys. Look at B. It gives you some dots with points, doesn't it? It gives you some coordinate points. Remember, your coordinate points are x, comma, y. What letter comes first in the alphabet, the x or the y? Well, the x does. So the first letter would represent your X value. The second letter is your Y value. X value, Y value. X value, Y value. So let's do my X's. I got a 0, I got a 1, and I got a 2. Well, when my X is 0, my Y is also 0. When my X is 1, my Y is 8. When my X is 2, my Y is 16. Let's follow the pattern. My X's are going by 1s. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My Y's are going by 8s. 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Alright, I set it up. You're going to go finish it. When you are done, check with your teacher to make sure you are doing it right. Alright, guys, I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. We will see y'all again on Monday. Mr. Noland, out!